What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and enjoying life today. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the 2024 Cadillac XT5 Premium Luxury. Huge thank you to Mike.Dwyer over at More Cadillac here in Chantilly, Virginia for allowing me to do this video for you guys today. If you are interested in this particular XT5 or any Cadillac product at MSRP, I'll be sure to have Mike and More Cadillac's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. It is yet another beautiful fall day here on the 703 Speed YouTube channel, and if you've seen any of my other videos, then you know, first we talk about the exterior and the performance. So like I said, this is a 2024 Cadillac XT5 Premium Luxury, and this particular one has been painted in the optional $1,200 crystal white tri-coat exterior paint, which I think matches the XT5 very nicely and looks phenomenal in the direct sunlight. One thing I wanted to preface this video with was basically by saying 2024 is the last year of the XT5. There will no longer be an XT5 model in the United States continuing from 2025 and on. However, in China, the XT5 will live on and it will be refreshed for the 2025 model year. But again, in the United States, this model will be killed at the end of 2024. Anyways, with that out of the way, as standard with the Premium Luxury, you get LED headlights with IntelliBeam as well as LED daytime running lights, LED turn signals, and LED front cornering lights. Now, taking a step back, let's take in the entire front end of the XT5. This model has been around for a few years at this point, and in my opinion, I think it still looks pretty sharp. But basically, I wanted to mention with the Premium Luxury, you get a mix of satin chrome and gloss black for your front grille. So you can see the face of all of these pieces right here is basically that satin chrome, but then the rest of the grille behind it and around it is gloss black. And then you also get a satin chrome grille surround. I do apologize about that plane flying over, not much I can do about that. And obviously you can tell you have your Cadillac logo located at the center of your front grille. Now, the observant viewer may be able to note that you do get a forward-facing camera right there. So this particular vehicle has been optioned with the $2,275 technology package, which gives you that forward-facing camera, and that forward-facing camera works with your 360-degree view camera system that again comes with that technology package. But taking a step back, as standard with the Premium Luxury trim level, you get 6 forward-facing sensors, and then coming down just a little bit, you get a gloss black lower grille, but then you also get gloss black outer grills on the outsides of your front bumper. But one thing you may notice is that for your outer grills, you get an accent satin chrome trim piece that is kind of like that L-shaped, but you do not get that accent trim piece for your lower grille down here. However, you do get a satin black front fascia, which is this piece that runs across here. And then last thing here on the front end is, is that you do get basically like this gray like front lip is kind of like how I would describe it. But that finishes things off here at the front end. And then I also wanted to mention that you get 7.8 inches of ground clearance with the XT5 Premium Luxury. Now, coming down the side, you get a side marker light right here. You also get body color wheel arch moldings. You get these Cadillac crests on both of your front fenders, and you also get rain sensing wipers as standard with this trim level. Now, coming down, these are the standard wheels you get with this trim level, and they are a 20-inch 6 split spoke Android finish wheel, and these wheels are wrapped in 235/55 Michelin Primacy Tour all-season tires. I'll give you a view of the tread pattern on these tires here real quick. That is what the Michelin all seasons look like. Here's another view of the sidewall on the tire and what the wheel looks like. If you are not a fan of the standard wheels, there is one other black wheel option that kind of spiffs things up here, but if you're looking for, you know, black elements, blacked out stuff, then you may want to look into getting the next trim level up, which is the Sport, which gives you a mesh gloss black front grille, black wheels. Actually, I don't know if it gives you black wheels, but I know it does give you a much sportier look, and that would probably be the trim level that I would choose from if I were to get an XT5. But coming down the side, as standard with the Premium Luxury, you get body color side view mirrors with integrated turn signals. These side view mirrors are heated, power folding. The driver's side mirror is auto dimming. You get your blind spot monitoring on the outermost sides of your mirrors, so right there and about right there on your passenger side. Then you also get memory for your side view mirrors as well. So not only is it going to memorize your driver's seat setting, when you set your driver's seat memory, it is also going to memorize memorize your side view mirror settings as well, which is definitely very nice. And again, like I mentioned a little bit ago, this vehicle has been optioned with the technology package, and with the technology package you also get these cameras on the bottoms of your side view mirrors. Again, those cameras work with your 360-degree view camera system that you get with that technology package. But now here's a little side profile shot of the XT5. There you go. You may be able to tell you do get satin chrome roof rails at the top. Then you get the satin chrome window trim. Coming down just a little bit more, you get body color door handles with illumination and keyless access. So this part of the door handle, body color. Then this part of your door handle does illuminate at night. It looks pretty sweet, and it just, you know, adds to the premiumness of this vehicle. And then you will find this button on all 4 of your door handles. That is your keyless access button to either lock the vehicle and or unlock the vehicle, depending on if the vehicle has been unlocked and or locked. But then coming down just a little bit more, you also get this satin chrome door trim, which is what this piece is right here. And then all the way at the bottom of your passenger doors, you get that satin black door cladding, and that about finishes things off here at the side. Coming down, if you push on this opens up your fuel door and reveals your capless filler neck. Premium fuel is recommended for this vehicle, as you may be able to see on that fuel door. Closing that back up, you get a body color shark fin antenna up top there. You also get a body color roof spoiler with some black trim that goes about right here and then runs across. You also have your integrated third brake light up top here. Your wiper also does hide up top there as well, making it look a little bit more premium because you don't have that wiper, you know, that sits right there. It looks a lot cleaner in my personal opinion. You also get a rear window defroster. You also get LED tail lights. Satin chrome badging here on your power lift gate. You also get that satin chrome trim piece that runs across there. Your Cadillac logo. Underneath your Cadillac logo, you will find these 2 cameras. And that is because this vehicle has been optioned, again, with the technology package. So as standard with this vehicle, you get a backup camera, which is what that camera is right there. But when you opt for the technology package, you get this second camera and that camera washer, and that works with your rear view camera mirror. I'll show you a little demonstration of what that looks like on screen right now. The rear view camera mirror is actually very nice because it rids you of your blind spots. So in addition to your blind spot monitoring with the rear view camera mirror, you basically don't have a blind spot. It actually makes things very, very nice in my opinion, and I like the rear view camera mirror, but I do know some people do not appreciate the rear view camera mirror. But like I said, you get that rear view camera mirror rear view camera mirror camera with the washer back here. You also do get a power lift gate as standard with this vehicle. This is a power and hands-free lift gate. Taking a look at our trunk area, you get this cargo divider here. These are your standard carpeted floor mats. You also get this cargo cover right here. So if you pull this back and you lock this into place, basically if you're in a sketchy airport, thieves cannot see the contents of which that you have in your trunk when you pull this thing out. I'm gonna close that back up. Then you get 2 lights, one on that side, one on that side. You get a 12-volt power outlet if you open that thing up there. And then you can also drop the second row seats by pulling on either that or on that. I'll drop this side for you know, reference. That is what that does. And then if you lift this thing up, that is where you will find your spare tire and all the necessities to change a flat tire if you do end up getting a flat tire on the road. You also get another light up top here on your lift gate, and then if you press that button, the power lift gate will begin to close, and that is the speed in which your power lift gate closes. Now, like I mentioned, when we were at the front, you get another 6 parking sensors back here. You also get a satin black rear bumper, some satin chrome trim at the top of your rear bumper, which is what that is there. And then you also get a silver valance that connects your dual exhaust system. You see, you also get 2 reflectors, and then the max tow capacity of this particular vehicle is 1,000 pounds. However, if you did opt for the V6, I do believe that that brings up the max tow capacity to 3,500 pounds. But let me know what your opinion is in the comments down below of Cadillac killing the XT5. Do you think that is a mistake? In my opinion, I think it is a mistake because mid-size SUVs seem to be, you know, the best-selling, hottest vehicle in the US market. Again, that's my personal opinion. I do think that it is a mistake. However, I did read that they're killing this to focus more of their efforts on electric vehicles. I'm not a fan of electric vehicles. I don't think electric is the future. I do believe hydrogen is the future. Let me know if you agree with what I'm saying in the comment section down below. But with that stuff out of the way, before I get myself into trouble, let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals that 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder that makes 235 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission for a 0 to 60 time in 7.2 seconds. And if you were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 21 miles per gallon in the city, 27 miles per gallon on the highway for 23 miles per gallon combined with all-wheel drive. This vehicle, however, does come standard with front-wheel drive. So if you did want all-wheel drive, that will cost you an additional $2,000 again over front-wheel drive. But if you're enjoying the video so far today, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot get to my goal without your support. So if you've enjoyed this video, if you've learned anything from this video, please take a second, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below. The likes and comments look very good for my channel in the YouTube algorithm, and that is what helps me grow. Also hit that subscribe button, please. But anyways, with that stuff out of the way, let's move into the interior. Moving on into the interior, like I mentioned earlier in the video, you do get keyless access. So all you have to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, press on this button right here, and the vehicle will unlock. You can also lock the vehicle by pressing that very same button, and now the vehicle is locked. I did want to walk you through a couple of the functions on the key fob, as well as what the key fob looks like. So you can see on this side, you get some satin black, you get your Cadillac logo, you get some satin chrome trim surrounding the entire key fob. And then on this side, you have your different functions. So you have your unlock and your lock functions, your panic function, your power liftgate function, and your remote start function. If you wanted to remote start this vehicle, you have to lock it first and then press and hold on that button. So we're going to lock it, press and hold on that button. And that is what it sounds like when it fires up. But let's say, you were going to go for a drive, but then, you got caught up in something, but you already remote started the vehicle. All you have to do to turn the vehicle back off is press and hold on that button again, and the vehicle will turn right back off. But now let's take a look at what our driver's side door panel has to offer us. So this interior is called Cirrus with dark titanium accents. So this is the Cirrus, and then you can see that's the dark titanium accenting that they are referring to. So at the top of your door panel, you get some faux leather with some accent colored stitching. Then you get this textured silver trim. You get some satin chrome trim beneath that, satin chrome door handle, your unlock and your lock functions. This vehicle does come standard with the 14 speaker Bose Performance Series sound system. So you get this fancy looking speaker up top here, then you get the Bose speaker down there as well. 2 memory seat adjustment settings. There's a closer view of that. Side view mirror controls. That is to restrict your passenger window privileges. This button right here is to power fold in your side view mirrors. Then you get automatic up and down windows in the front, but you only get automatic down windows in the back. Then you get a leather wrapped armrest that is nicely padded. Good amount of miscellaneous storage space down there. And then this button right here is to open your power liftgate. However, you may notice you can either open it up all the way, or you can open it up to 3/4 of the way, or you can turn the power liftgate off and it beeps to let you know that it is turned off. You get the little Bose thing right there. You get this brushed aluminum Cadillac door sill. This is what your seats look like. So you can see they are that Cirrus color for the seats themselves. So as standard with this vehicle, you get 8-way power adjustable front seats with power lumbar. These front seats are also heated and ventilated, by the way, and you also do get a heated steering wheel as standard. Here are your seat controls, and now let's step into the interior and let's see what the rest of this vehicle has to offer. So like I said, keyless access. That also means you get push button start. Just have your key fob in the interior, push your foot down on the brake, and then push to start. And that is what it sounds like when you fire this vehicle up. I'm going to turn my ventilated seats off. And now I'm going to walk you throughout the interior. So coming over to here, you get an HVAC vent. That is a defroster for your side window. And then this right here is basically to turn your, or engage your electronic parking brake or disengage the electronic parking brake. This is to brighten and or dim your gauge cluster and your backlit buttons. And like I mentioned, this vehicle has been optioned with the $2,275 technology package. And with that package, you get a head-up display system. And here are your head-up display controls. So I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that, but right now it's displaying the digital speedometer readout. If I come over to here and I push up, that is going to bring the head-up display up. And then if I push down, vice versa, it's going to bring that head-up display right back down. As you can see, it is picking up on screen now. And then this is going to adjust the information displayed on the screen. So right now it's just the digital speedometer readout. Pushing on that button in question, I have to go over here and I have to put us continued on. Now I get full access into this. So now it's the digital speedometer readout and the compass. Clicking on that info button, now it's the tachometer, the transmission status stuff, and the digital speedometer readout. Now it's just the digital speedometer readout. Now it's the digital speedometer readout and some audio stuff, and then back to the screen we originally started off on. So that is what those controls do down there. And then coming over to here, as standard with this vehicle, you get a power tilting and telescoping steering wheel. So if I push this button, the steering wheel is going to come towards me. If I push the other button, it's going to do the opposite. It's going to go away from you. And then you can also bring it up, as you may be able to see, which is all the way up now, and then you can also bring it down as well. So all of that is done by that switch down there. It is power, and that is definitely very nice. Now let's take a listen to our turn signal. Classic GM sounding turn signal. Not only is this your turn signal control stock, this is also your headlight control stock and your IntelliBeam control stock. So right now the headlights are in the automatic position. That is parking lights on. And then that is headlights in the always on position. And you can see you have this little button right here. That is to turn your automatic high beams on or off. So that is what that control does over there. I personally leave it in automatic because I think the vehicle does a good job of turning the lights on and off when need be. Now, coming back out, you do get a leather wrapped steering wheel, and this steering wheel is heated by the push of that button. So now the heated steering wheel is on, now it's back off. And just like any other vehicle, you have your horn at the center. So let's take a listen to the horn. That is what the horn sounds like on this vehicle. Now, on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, this is to speak to the vehicle as well as pick up on a phone call. This is to hang up on a phone call. And this particular vehicle, again, this particular vehicle has been optioned with the $1,300 driver assist package, which gives you adaptive cruise control. So here are your adaptive cruise control settings. Here are some more driver assistance settings down here. That is to turn your heated steering wheel on or off. This is your lane keep stuff. And then this is your gap adjust for your adaptive cruise control system. So this is going to keep you far away from a vehicle in front of you, medium, and then that is close to the vehicle in front of you. And then these buttons right here are to go forwards and or backwards on a track. Here are your volume controls, and then these 4 arrows in that select button are all to control that 8-inch digital gauge cluster. So again, this vehicle has been optioned with the technology package, and with the technology package, you get this 8-inch digital gauge cluster at the center, where normally it would be about like that. That would be the screen. But again, with the tech package, you get that additional screen up top there. So that entire area is a screen. But on the left-hand side of your gauge layout, you have your tachometer as well as your fuel gauge. And then on the right-hand side, you have your speedometer as well as your coolant temperature gauge. Now, this is what the screen looks like right now. So right now, it's letting us know that we are in front-wheel drive. That's the speed limit sign. That is the cruise control stuff, digital speedometer readout, compass, time, fuel range right now, fuel range down there. That is the odometer, and then that is the transmission status stuff. So again, basically, if I click through here, I'm just going to click down. So right now, this is trip 1, this is trip 2, then you have your fuel range stuff, you have your oil life, tire pressure stuff, air filter life, fuel economy, blank page, info page options, and then it brings you back to the top. Clicking over to the right, it's going to bring you in between your different audio stuff. Let's say I clicked up, that is going to switch the radio station, as you may be able to see there. As I click, it's switching. And then clicking over, this is like your navigation stuff, this is your phone stuff, and then these are your different settings. So you can see all of your different settings up top there. We can go into our head-up display settings, and I can display the speed limit sign, and then you can also adjust the rotation. So I can move it like this or like that, basically do it how you want it to be. And that's kind of all I want to show you for that. Again, head-up display up top there. You get a vinyl wrapped dash, you get a speaker there, you get the fancy tweeters on the A-pillar there as well as there. 2 HVAC vents. Coming down just a little bit, you have your push button start button, and then this is your 8-inch infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity. But I am going to walk you throughout some of these controls first. So A couple things I wanted to mention. This vehicle's been optioned with the technology package, and with the technology package, you get the automatic parking assist with braking, which is what this button does right here. So if you click into that, it will either parallel or perpendicular park the vehicle. I guess I have to be in drive, so I'm gonna go into drive, and then I'm gonna click on that, and then that's gonna bring you into that. So again, parallel or perpendicular, and then you can choose which side you want it to search for. That is what that does there. And then X back out of that. Go there. Then you have this button. That is to turn your parking sensors on or off. That is to turn the auto stop start system on or off. And then you got your hazard button over on the right hand side of that screen. This is the screen. That is not the screen, but it's to the right of that screen. And why is it not letting me exit back out of this screen? So I'm gonna try to get out of that. So now it is deactivated, and now I'm back out. So this is what the screen looks like. This is what your home screen looks like. This is your other screen. You get your audio stuff and all those different things you can read. Wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. This is a Wi-Fi hotspot capable vehicle. So if you click into there, it's going to give you the name of the Wi-Fi hotspot. It's going to give you the password for the Wi-Fi hotspot. And then once you're connected to that, you know, you can connect your, you can connect your Mac, you can connect your PC, you can connect your iPad, you can connect your phone. That is a very, very nice feature. Switching over to here, pop up this is your 360-degree view camera system. Again, this 360 cam comes a part of the technology package, so you got all of your different camera views down here. That's what that looks like, and so on and so forth. I'm gonna back out of that. Then you can bring your climate control stuff on this screen, but actually I want to show you what that looks like when it is on. So that is what it looks like when it is on. The observant viewer may be able to note that there was a rear climate button right there. So this vehicle has been optioned with the $1,200 tri-zone automatic climate control system. So that is why you have that rear climate button right there. So I can control the rear climate from up here at the front, which is definitely cool. So you can see front and rear. The rear climate comes at a cost of $1,200. So coming down just a little bit more, you have these shortcut buttons down here to shortcut into climate, navigation, phone, audio, and then you get your home button there on the screen. That is the the signal of the Wi-Fi hotspot, the ambient exterior temperature, and the current time. This is to instantly mute the audio system. You get another home button right there. That is a physical home button. Coming down, this is what your climate control stack looks like when it is on down here. You get the temperature controls there, and then it lets you know the fan speed on that. This also does come standard with an air ionizer, which is basically a filter from the outside to the inside, so you get cleaner air with that air ionizer. Then you also get heated and ventilated seats with this vehicle as standard. Both get 3 levels of adjustability. That's your ventilated seat with 3 levels of adjustability. And then coming down, you get a little bit of storage space down under there. If I push that, that is going to close that off. But if I open that up, you get 2 cup holders. Then this is what your gear shift selector looks like. If you wanted to go into manual mode, you'd pull back one more time, and now you are in manual mode. But I am going to go back into park. And then one thing I really like about new Cadillac products is their new infotainment controls down here. Well, not new, I guess, at this point, but this is your volume control knob. Then you can go forwards or backwards on the track with these 2 buttons. And then these buttons here are to shortcut you into your audio screen, your navigation screen, your phone screen, or you get your back button right there. If you wanted to control this screen, you can control it with this while you're driving. It makes things a lot easier. So you can see now I'm controlling that screen. Let's say I wanted to go into my camera stuff. I go into there. If I wanted to select, all I got to do is push down on that, and then that's going to pop up my camera. If I wanted to exit back out of that, click that back button, it brings me back into this screen. But let's say I wanted to jump down into that screen. All I would have to do is push back, and now I can control what's going on down there, as you may be able to see. So it's just very easy to use, very intuitive system. I love these controls down here. It makes things very, very easy. This is your traction control on or off button. This right here is your drive mode selector, so you can either be in Tour, you can turn all-wheel drive on. You also have your sport mode and your off-road mode. So you got Tour, all-wheel drive, sport, and off-road, all controlled by that button there. This vehicle also comes standard with a wireless charging pad. So I have an iPhone 14 Pro Max, one of the bigger phones on the market, and you can see my phone fits down in that wireless charging pad, no problem. And one thing I really like about these vehicles is that when your phone is charging, it lets you know that your phone is charging right there with that green lightning bolt on your phone icon. Definitely very, very nice, makes things easy. Opening this thing up, you get a USB-C port, a USB-A port. This divider is removable, and you get a good amount of storage space down in there. I'd say you probably get about, 6 inches down in there. Then you get a nicely padded armrest. You get a lockable glove box over here. Good amount of storage space in that lockable glove box. All of this is like that faux leather. Up top here, again, with that technology package, you get this rear view camera mirror. But let's say, you know, you like the spec of this particular vehicle and you want to buy this particular vehicle, but you hate the rear view camera mirror. Well, I got a solution for you. Flip that forward, and now it's just going to behave like a regular auto dimming rear view mirror would. So now you can see it's just a regular rear view mirror. However, I personally like the rear view camera mirror. There's a ton of adjustability with the rear view camera mirror. So if I click this button here, I can adjust the brightness of it up or down. Then I can zoom in or I can zoom out. That's zooming in, that's zooming out. Then I can move the orientation down, or I can move the orientation back up until I find my comfortable position. So a ton of adjustability with that. But again, if you don't like it, flip that forward and now it's just an auto dimming rear view mirror. I like to leave it on. Up top here, you got your OnStar stuff. This lets you know if your passenger airbag is on or off. Driver gets a light, passenger gets a light, both of which are LED. This is your instant dome light on button for the interior lights. And this is your settings, whether you want the lights to turn on or not when you open up the doors. Coming over to here, you have your universal garage door opener. This vehicle does come standard with a panoramic roof. So this is your shade control. So the shade is now going to go back. And then the button to the right or to the left of that is going to open up the roof itself. So right now that is tilted. Press that one more time and the sunroof will open up all the way. One thing that's pretty cool about Cadillacs is it's going to stop here. But if I click that one more time, it's going to go all the way back. So now you can see, look how far that sunroof opens up. That is very, very nice. And then this is a pretty cool button because basically, let's say you press that button and you have this activated. It's a motion sensor. So let's say you lock the vehicle, right? You walk away from it, the vehicle's locked, but you left the windows down. If somebody reached in to grab something like your purse or your phone or something to try to steal it, that's going to set the alarm off. So that's a very cool button there. Then you get a little clip right here on your visor. You can set a business card or paper product, stuff like that. Vanity mirror, 2 vanity lights, and then this slides forwards and backwards for when the sun is in those precarious situations. Lock that back into place. Bluetooth mic pickup for your Bluetooth phone. Same thing on that side, except for the front passenger, you get an OPU panel where the front driver does not get an OPU panel. And one more thing I wanted to mention, you also get some pass-through storage space down there, as well as, I believe, this is a 12-volt power outlet. So when I open this thing up, you get a 12-volt power outlet that opens up to the passenger side. So a good amount of storage space down in there. But that kind of about does it for what we got going on here in these front seats. So a couple things I wanted to go over. This vehicle, again, has been optioned with the technology package. I'll throw that on screen right now. This vehicle has also been optioned with the driver assistance package. I'll throw that on screen. You can read everything that you get with that. And then this also has the optional tri-zone automatic climate control system. I'll show that on screen right now as well. And basically now I'm just going to throw the entire window sticker on screen. You can take a look at whatever you want to. The couple options this vehicle has, everything you get as standard. I suggest taking a look at the safety and security stuff. See everything you get as standard, that safety-wise. But basically, I'm just going to highlight the MSRP. So the MSRP of the way that this particular 2024 XT5 Premium Luxury all-wheel drive is spec'd is $59,590. I know that is definitely a lot of money. However, all vehicles cost a lot of money nowadays, and this one's loaded up. You know, there's not very many options this vehicle does not have. So I think that's a pretty good price. You get the Cadillac name, you get the Cadillac look, and you also get the Cadillac ride and feel as well, which is a good thing. But I do want to show you what we got going on in the rear seats before moving into the driving portion of the review. By the way, a base XT5 is like 49 grand. So for 10 grand more to get something fully loaded, great sound system, I think is worth it. So I do want to show you, you get automatic down windows back here. You can see the window goes all the way down. You get the fancy Bose speaker, another speaker down there, some storage space, a nicely padded and leather wrapped armrest. Then you can see all the other stuff up top here. This is what the second row seats look like. You can see you get the fold flat second row seats if you're hauling stuff around. This is what the seats look like. They do recline, very, very nice. Oh wow, these seats are also very comfortable back here in the second row as well. Nicely padded. They're kind of firm, but not too firm. They're like a good mix of firm and comfortable. I could definitely do a long road trip back here personally. Up top here, you get a dome light, you get an OPU panel, and a spot to set your dry cleaning. You get a seat back pocket behind the driver's seat. seat back pocket behind the passenger seat. You get heated outboard second row seats with 3 levels of adjustability. This vehicle has been optioned with the tri-zone climate control system, which is off right now. I don't have access to it. Then you get 2 HVAC vents, a little bit of storage space down in here for a phone if you wanted to. And then beneath that, you get a USB-C port and a USB-A port. So when you're charging your phone, you can set your phone down in there. Also, I am 5'9". I've got plenty of knee and leg room. Here's another view of that knee and leg room. You get a center fold down armrest that has 2 cup holders, nicely padded armrest. And again, you can recline these seats. All you got to do is pull up on this right here, and then you can bring the seat forward if you wanted to. So this is what the seat looks like from right here. However, let's say I grabbed onto that. Now I can recline that seat back, and it is just that much more comfortable here in these second row seats. These seats also, if you reach under here and you pull up on this bar, you can move them forwards and backwards to give you a little bit more room, or to give a little bit more room for the trunk. But you know, that's kind of about it for this vehicle. You know, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior of the XT5 Premium Luxury. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I'll see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, now onto the driving portion. Take a listen. See how she handles. Very well, very well. Again, GM vehicles, if you've seen my videos, you know I always praise GM suspensions because they are very, very good when it comes to the handling department and just cruising around. One thing I forgot to mention is that with one of the packages, I can't remember which package it was, you get the auto seatbelt tensioning, which is actually a pretty nice feature. So when you step into the vehicle, you put your seatbelt on, just like what you find in like German vehicles. The vehicle will basically tighten and make sure the seatbelt is tight on your chest. So it's a nice feature. It makes you feel just a little bit more secure when you get, you know, into the vehicle. I don't know if it actually makes you more secure, but I do kind of just like the feel. It's like, hey, I got you. That's kind of what the car is saying to me when it's doing that kind of thing. So I kind of like that. One thing though with this vehicle is, I know there is a package that you can get. I just can't remember which one it is, and we can take a look at the window sticker right now. With the driver assist package, you get adaptive cruise control for $1,300. In my opinion, I think this vehicle should come standard with adaptive cruise control, but it doesn't. So if you do want adaptive cruise control, you might want to look into getting that driver assistance package, because I think adaptive cruise control, especially if you're going to be doing driving on the highway and stuff, it's definitely nice. Is it needed? No, but it is definitely a nice feature to have if you do, you know, a lot of highway driving. It just takes, you know, some of the pressure off driving long distances and stuff like that, because the vehicle pretty much does everything. All you got to do is steer. So that is something that I like. Another thing I wanted to say is I think that it is a big mistake for Cadillac to be killing the XT5. I would assume that the reason that they're killing the XT5 is because of a lack of sales, but I don't understand how they could be lacking sales with the XT5. You know, I see, you know, quite a few of these on the road, and I do know that, you know, midsize SUVs seem to be the best selling category of vehicles in the United States. So it's just kind of interesting to me to see Cadillac killing the XT5. And then also I read that they were trying to focus more on electric vehicles, which don't even get me started on that. I don't think electric is the future, personally. You know, maybe is in the short term, but I really feel like when it comes to electric vehicles, it's really all about putting money in somebody's pocket. And also, I believe, in my opinion, that electric vehicles pollute the world more, just between, you know, mining the lithium. I mean, have you seen, anyway, I'm not going to go down that path, but I am going to say that this is a very, very nice vehicle. Seats are very comfortable. The Bose sound system sounds phenomenal. I love how you get a panoramic roof as standard. You get the Bose Performance Series sound system as standard, and the Bose sound system sounds very, very good. And you know, pretty much every Bose sound system in every vehicle, for the most part, they all sound very, very good. Bose again, it's need I say more? It's Bose. They do a great job at tuning the sound system for the vehicle. So bass wise, it sounds great. Clarity, it sounds great. And you can also just turn it up, and you can get it to, like, if you really like to listen to music loud, you can turn this thing up and you can get it to where you want it to be. You know, some other vehicles that I've been in recently, I turn them all the way up and it's still not quite as loud as I want them to be. Whereas the Bose gets that problem done, sorted, because you can turn this thing up and you don't even want to turn this thing all the way up because it gets loud, which is a good thing, you know? So now I'm gonna try to cut through here. And this thing just makes for a great daily driver. I'm gonna give it a little bit of the beans here. Here's floored. Quite powerful at the low RPMs. I mean, you could see it kind of threw me back in my seat, and the throttle response was honestly sharper than I expected it to be. It kind of shocked me there a little bit. And I didn't feel a ton of torque steer, which is good, because sometimes on these vehicles, I guess the only other one I've driven was like one with the V6, and that one like was torque steering like crazy, whereas this didn't feel like it was torque steering like crazy. One thing I do like is that you have the option of running all-wheel drive at all times or front-wheel drive at all times. So let's say, you know, majority of the time, you know, you want to get good fuel economy, so you're probably going to be running it in front-wheel drive. However, let's say, you know, it's snowy out and you want a little bit more traction from, you know, stopping and starting and stuff. Not stopping, but starting. You can put this thing in all-time all-wheel drive, and then again, you get all-time all-wheel drive. By the way, it handled those turns nicely, which gives you just a little bit more confidence when driving on slick roads and, you know, getting stopped and started on hills and stuff like that. So that's something that I definitely like. Now I'm going to throw it into sport mode, and we're going to see how she accelerates in sport mode and see if there's any, you know, difference in acceleration. So let's take a look. Turning out onto this road, floored. And that is what that acceleration looks like. I didn't really notice there's a Supra. Is that a Supra? I didn't really notice, you know, that much of a difference in acceleration, but I almost felt like I was kind of being pushed, you know what I mean? Because those rear wheels were kicking in with the power a little bit. So I don't know, that's probably placebo, but that's just, we'll go with that, you know what I mean? So handles well, power is pretty good. If you want a little bit more power, which I would, then you might want to look into getting the V6. However, majority of you I think will be okay with this power, but 40% of you roughly will probably want the V6 just because it gives you more power. But you know, stoplight to stoplight, this thing's got enough power, but when you really, you know, floor it, you kind of notice how it's not the most powerful thing. But again, this engine is optimized for those low to mid-range RPMs, whereas once you get it up in the higher in the RPMs, kind of falls on its face a little bit. But sound system, great. Infotainment system, very intuitive, very easy to use. I love these physical controls for the infotainment system. I think this vehicle looks pretty good. And again, if you want one of these, 2024 is the last year for you to purchase an XT5, because again, they are going to be killing this model for the 2025 model year. But that kind of concludes the review. You know, if you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. Like I said earlier, I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot get there without your support. So if you enjoyed this video, if you learned anything from this video, please take a second, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below. The likes and comments look very good for my channel in the YouTube algorithm, and you know, that's really just what helps me grow. So again, if you enjoyed, like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. But again, that's it for today's video. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.